morning. Welcome back to the Pay Attention podcast.
Welcome back.
We are so excited to be here today.
We are. We're so cozy.
I'm
like, first of all, she looks amazing. Her hair is giving.
I got my hair done.
She got her hair done yesterday.
Almost black.
It's fucking unreal, and I just feel like this is giving very much like I am the Labrador, I'm a tower, you the Labrador, that is Black Cat vibes.
I'm giving Black Cat today. You're giving Golden Retriever.
I am giving Golden Retriever.
I'm definitely in my Black Cat era.
Yeah. Oh, you are actually.
It's gone from the pink era to the Black Cat era.
Yeah, I know. Think. It's because we're coming into
It's autumn! No, we are autumn girly. Like, the sky's blue outside, it is sunny, and we're like, but this is my favourite autumn weather. The blue sky, sunshine, and cold.
And it's like crisp cold.
Crisp.
It's like you could go like, and you can like
feel it.
Love that. And like the leaves are like crispy, crunchy.
It's like I walked through the door with you, the air was cold.
Yeah, I love that shit. So good.
Anyway, so we're excited for autumn. We're excited for the podcast. This is episode 13.
I know, lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah, so exciting.
We haven't seen each other. Neve's been in Spain.
I've been voice on her every day though.
Yeah.
I swear, if you could actually make our voice notes into a podcast, you would have some really, really behind the scenes shit. It was so funny. I was so hungover one of the days. Because guys, I drank literally consecutively every single day over there.
You're in your feral raffle.
Yeah, with exception to the last day because I actually wasn't feeling well. But I drank every day. One day I texted Rebecca and I was like, okay, this is a very hungover thought, but I think I need to go to a hair specialist because of my balls patch. And she goes, this is a very, very extreme hungover thought.
It was, number one, it was at 7 a.m. Now, I'm not awake at 7 a.m. personally, but I'm not a 7 a.m. girly. But I woke up and like my notifications, and I scroll through just whatever notifications have came in, and I just see this message. It's like, I need to go to get a hair transplant.
I said I need to go to the hair
restoration clinic
in the Banskir's hospital. And she was like, that is just a bit extreme.
I was like, get on your Zoom, get on Amazon, get some rosemary oil. Like, we don't need to go
and I actually
straight to the restoration clinic. Like, there's things you can do.
But at that moment in time, guys, I was like, this is the only thing I can do. The only thing I can actually do is go to the hair restoration clinic. And I was like, that's going to eat into my money as well. That's another expense I had today. But then I was like, no, Neve, no. But anyway, I'm going to do what you did to try it. Because I have a widow's peak, guys. That's just going a bit too far back over here.
It's from tension.
I know.
And it's from bleach.
I know.
Because I had this problem last October.
Guys, I know. And we're also in that weird thing where I'm like, do I need to go a tiny bit darker?
We have looked at my hair and she was like, oh, and then she's like, no.
Yeah, I was like, I just think I need to basically do what you did and maybe reconsider toning the blonde down a small bit.
Or not even toning the blonde down, because like this blonde is all done now.
Yeah.
So maybe just like
a root drag.
Yeah, like a lived in. So all the new hair that's coming in.
Maybe like a root drag.
So then you like still have the white.
It comes down a bit more.
Yeah, so you still have the white. True. That's what I do.
True, maybe I should just try to figure that out. But the only thing is, the money piece comes around the fringe of front of your face, and it's by the front of my face.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So all the new hair that goes in, I wouldn't even touch your hair. I don't go to someone because darkening it isn't going to make it healthy.
Yeah, although this happened to me last time.
Just don't bleach it again.
The last time I did this, it happened to me, and I went darker. But I went like dark blonde. I didn't go, and then I went fully brunette, and I was like, actually, this doesn't suit me. But I went dark blonde, and the dark blonde really suited me. But when I went dark blonde, my hair actually grew loads.
Yeah, but like your hair will, if you start doing all the things now, your hair will grow. Yeah. You don't need to book a hair appointment. You actually don't. All you need to do is leave the roots come in themselves.
Yeah, I know.
And do all the scalp massaging things.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Because like your hair is bleached now anyway. Darkening it isn't going to change.
Oh yeah,
the health.
But see, if I was darkening it would only be a toner and it would wash out. I would just keep toning it. Like I'd leave the bleach, but use a toner that's a darker blonde over it, and then that would wash out. I'd have to tone it again.
Yeah, but why would you?
Because then it's given the room for the roots to grow down naturally and not look like very black white.
Yeah, but number one, your roots aren't black. Like, you're a natural blonde. Like, if you saw my roots when I was blonde, my roots were black.
Yeah. That's what
my roots were, like, dark.
I just feel like they look so contrasted.
They don't. Like, it doesn't even look like you have roots.
I'm just so dramatic, basically. So that's what I was trying to say. I'm
really dramatic, so...
So when I was like, I need to go to the hair restoration clinic, she was like, you do not need to go, Neve. So anyway, we decided we weren't. But yeah, guys, honestly, it's very rough fall for me now. I can't lie. I'm just like, I was like, oh, I really just don't want to drink again. I have to go drinking tonight because we're going out for dinner for my brother's birthday. And I'm just like, God, this is the season I was talking about. Oh, I paid off my flights for America today. Yeah.
I love that because you realised that you're actually going.
Yeah, I was like, so basically I had stupidly, I spent like 130 or 140 euro.
Sorry, I clicked past that story so fast because that music actually hurts my soul.
It was the best line of all the warehouse projects. And
name all the people. I was like,
oh yeah, they were so good.
fuck?
So guys, basically was going to this really, really good warehouse project. I was so freaking excited, like so excited. And I was like, oh my God, well, I'm telling you folks, like I'm going to this one. And bought the ticket yesterday. I clocked, because you know Spain's 1 hour ahead in time difference.
Yes.
So I didn't realise that. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to buy the tickets at 11, which was 10 when they went on sale, or whatever. I realised at 11:40 going through security I haven't bought the tickets, and I know this one's going to sell out, so I panic bought 2 tickets, not realising I'm not even here when it's on. I'm in America for Thanksgiving.
She's fully in Boston.
Like. So the lineup was Skrillex, which number 1. Skrillex.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, Skrillex. Peggy Gou and Fortet back to back. Peggy Gou, I don't know her, but anyway, the next one is, I always say her name wrong.
You had like a list of names in your story, and I was like, that's like
but the ones,
a different language.
The ones, so the rest of it is Ben UFO, Interplanetary Criminal, Flowdan. You know, I'd kill to see him. Anyway, I can't say the next name, and I can't say the next two, and I don't want to insult anyone. And then it's Sherelle, VTSS, High, Skin on Skin, which unbelievable anyway. Fortet, unbelievable. Darmarenzar, and then the other ones I can't say as well. Anyway, there's a long list of ones of other names I can't say, but the ones I wanted to see was Skrillex, Fortet, Interplanetary Criminal, Flowdan, Ben UFO, VTSS, HAAI, I think it's High, I'm not sure about any, Skin on Skin, and there was, and Pangea's, who I wanted to see.
Can you turn on the volume on that reel? Like, this is the vibe of what was on the story.
There was no sound on this one, but this is the one I put on my story. I was so excited, but anyway.
But you can't go.
I can't go, so now I have to sell those fucking tickets. And
so if anyone needs tickets.
if anyone needs tickets to the Eat Your Own Ears warehouse project special.
Is that what it's called?
Eat Your Own Ears, yeah. They're like that's like a night, it runs its own nights. I think it's like...
And where's it on, Dublin?
No, in Manchester.
Oh, sorry.
So Warehouse Project is the most wonderful time of year. It goes on from the first, either the last weekend in August or the first weekend in September, up to the 1st of January. And that's it. That's the one time
in Manchester.
In Manchester. It's on every weekend, Friday and Saturday.
All these different events.
Okay. And each night is curated by a different DJ, a different event company and everything. So like say, Glitterbox will do one with Defected. Glitterbox is like the thing in Ibiza. Anyway, so basically they'll run a night, and then there'll be like one for garage, there'll be one for techno, one for D&B, then they'll have one for rap, so they'll have like rappers in it.
Oh, fun! I could do that.
So yeah, so they do like loads of different types of ones for people, and this one is just the best one every year. Like, and I missed it last year because I was so ill. So I was like, I'm gonna go to next year's one, but not knowing I was going to Boston. So then when I realised that last night, I put it up in my story, and my friend we're visiting was like, "Girl, are you not flying out that day?"
Is that not when you're coming to Boston?
I was like, that's literally, I'll be midair when that's on, like, do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh shit, I need to pay them off. So woke up this morning and I said, you know what, just get it out of the way, because with Aer Lingus you can put a deposit down on a flight.
I never knew that.
Okay, so if you're doing a long haul flight, this is brilliant.
Fun.
You can put down a deposit of like, I think it's like a tiny percentage, or maybe it's like 10% of the money or something, or 20%. So say if your flights were 400, like we put €80 down deposit.
Unreal.
Then you have to pay it off in like 3 months or whatever.
Yeah, before the date.
Yeah. So the cut-off date this month was like the 18th or whatever, September. So like 2 months before the flight, you have to pay off the rest of it, or else you lose the deposit.
That's so good though as well, because you can, before flights get really expensive, you
can lock it in at that price by putting a deposit down. So then I just paid the other whatever money today. So yeah, so going now, delighted. But it was so funny, like Rebecca was like, what time were you doing the podcast today? I was sitting up with my Excel sheet, voice note Josh. So Josh, if I was to get into like an investment saving scheme, what would you recommend? Or do you know a financial wealth advisor I could speak to? Because I need to get more fiscally responsible with my fucking money. Like, I also know I have to pay my taxes again this month, so I'm just like, yikes. But look, we move, guys, you know?
Do you know what? I believe in you.
That's all I need to hear, baby girl. That is all I need to hear, baby
sure
girl.
Anything you put your mind to, you got this. If you want to be more financially, fiscally on it, you can do it.
By the close of this year, I'm going to be so much more better with money.
Do you know what? I feel like September feels like January. Like, do you feel like, I feel like everyone's on this like new year, new me shit.
But I think it's because it's the new start of the term for school and stuff, so we have it registered into our heads.
I don't know, it's just, I woke up yesterday and I was like,
New year, new me.
New year, new me.
Yeah, for me the year runs September to September. It doesn't go in January.
I think my year runs in chunks.
Yeah,
and I think
segments.
this is a new
semester.
The next 4 months, I think is, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm doing it for the plot.
Doing it for the plot.
I'm doing it for the plot.
But it's so funny because when I was texting her, I was like, okay, anyway, I'm not going to put on makeup because I'm so tired of it all. So she looks so stunning, by the way. So sorry you're looking at my rashy face next to this gorgeous creature. But anyway, I was like, when I get a Starbucks, I can slot it into my money.
She was like, I'm doing a spreadsheet, yada yada yada.
Literally had this spreadsheet like Excel out in front of me, like, and I was like, when I get a Starbucks, I can probably.
Will I pick us up a Starbucks or something? I'll throw it into my budget.
I was like, Nia, what are you
You're like,
like?
how do I make this budget fun?
How do I make my money work? How do I make my money stretch is what they say or something. But yeah, so guys, I've literally like nothing to catch you up on. I haven't been on my phone all week, so I don't know what's going on online.
Oh, I know so much of what's going on. I have so many things to say.
I don't really think I have anything crazy to say. I was at a wedding, obviously, in Spain, and it was like the most amazing, beautiful wedding I've ever been at in my life, and the couple are so lovely that got married.
And were they so in love?
They're so in love, it would just make you believe in love. Like, it's gorgeous.
That's
like,
so
I was
cute.
like, it was so hot anyway, so I was sweating my makeup off. But then when they were saying their vows to each other and their speeches, like, I literally was like this, like, fanning underneath my glasses and looking up because I was like, I have, like, eyeliner on. And
You're like,
if this comes down, like, I actually will not be able to stop crying. But
and it's once that first tear, you're gone.
Gone. And
if you let that first tear fall,
you're finished. But it was the most beautiful wedding. So I had a great time over there. But yeah, we kind of like went over a bit beforehand just to kind of like catch our bearings.
Climatize.
Yeah, because like everybody needs to
an hour time difference, like it's a big
difference. I was waking up earlier over there than I would be back here as well. 6 a.m, 5 a.m. It was crazy. But me and my family can't handle heat well, and it's so funny because
and it's all of you.
All of us, like, none of us can handle it well, like, and it's so funny because my brother's girlfriend came over to him, like, in the middle of the wedding, was like, yeah, babe, we really can't have, like, a foreign wedding, like, in a hot country, because this just won't suit him, so they've decided that when they get married, they're going to have it in a cold country. It's so funny, like.
Or in a warm country, but, like, off-season.
Off-season, yeah.
That could be nice, actually.
Yeah,
because, like, Spain off-season, it's, like, I was in Spain in January.
Oh, yeah, what was it like?
Gorgeous.
Really?
Like, I was in I was in Marbella, it was perfect.
Really?
It was, like, a nice.
Was it like today?
Like today.
Oh, perfect.
It was perfect. It doesn't get, like, uncomfortably hot.
Yeah, I was, honestly, guys, and we were on the top of this mountain, like, the views, everything, like, you couldn't. This was the most picturesque wedding I've ever been to, like, it was, like, every detail, down to the last bit. It was like being at Cinderella's wedding, like, it was gorgeous.
And, like, that's what you want, because we were talking about it earlier in the week, like, I actually have been realising more and more and more, I don't know, is it because I'm, like, talking to men again or what? I would rather be single for the rest of my life than be in a loveless relationship / marriage.
And that made me realise that because when I was on holidays, I had a lot of men in relationships reply to my stories that I was putting up, or liking my stories, and I was like, there was one fella who was married.
Oh, so many, like, if I go into my message requests, it's like their profile picture is like them and their
the wife and the kids.
Yeah.
I swear to God, look at my request messages, there's one of them, and I was just like, that is it.
Or his, like, latest post is like, family holiday, and you're like,
oh my God, he unsent it?
Oh my God,
he didn't. Look, it's his wife.
Yeah.
And the kid, kid's a toddler. Isn't that crazy?
The flame emojis,
I
though.
know.
And it's always, like, even I actually couldn't think of anything worse than being with someone who I'm not actively in love with.
I know, same. I that's what made me realise as well, though, they were so in love. Well, they are so in love that, like, I was like, I just want to be loved. Like, I want to give love and receive love as deeply in love as I saw love that week. Do you know what I mean?
I get you. And it's, you want to be, because I feel like you can be in a relationship and you can love the person, they can love you, but you mightn't, like, feel.
You mightn't feel the
love the way you want, because they mightn't give love the way you feel it or whatever.
Yeah, 100%, I agree.
So, like, I was like, I want that, like, shit that they write fucking books about.
Yeah, same. I want to be like, is this real life, or am I literally, like, dreaming this shit and I'll wake up in the morning? It's like that kind of level. Do you know what I mean?
Love letters, words of affirmation, like, all the. And you might call us unrealistic, but if you do, reevaluate what you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, why is that unrealistic?
Why is it?
There are, like, we're lover girls. There are absolute lover boys that were, like, written by women out there.
100% there is, because
there's
like
billions of people in the world.
Even when I was younger, remember the love letters I was telling me one of my many exes used to send each other. But I make myself sound like I'm really passed around there. I'm actually talking about
and one of my many exes.
I just mean one of my things, because what I'm saying is sometimes I'm like, I don't want people to be able to pinpoint which one I'm talking about.
I know, that's why I say their name and just beep it out.
I've been in a few long-term relationships, so it's really hard to pinpoint which one it is. Like, and now because I haven't been in it in so long, people are like trying to connect the dots which one it is. But so that's what I saw, and I just thought, like, you know, it was such a lovely time, but it was so hot over there. Didn't tan, of course not. This fake. I had to put fake tan on every day because I was so pasty down by the pool. It was ridiculous. Like it's not even.
But that's better for your skin anyway. Okay. So there's been a lot of, while you were away in Spain.
Yeah, what happened?
There was a lot of pop culture topics actually that I want to talk about, like, very pop culture heavy.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to start with your favourite one that you know about, and that is Maya Jama and Stormzy.
I cried.
He only went and did it.
I cried.
2 albums later.
I cried. I was like, maybe I should have taken one of my exes back a long time ago. But then I was like, no.
No.
Do you see all those things?
Just because Maya got back with her ex.
And it was so many people being like,
it's not your
It's
turn.
like me texting my friends to remind them like, Maya can get back with her ex because he literally loves her and went to hell and back for her.
Went to hell and back, has not been in a public relationship since.
Yeah, he loves her.
Like in every interview, in every song, like
he says I love her so much.
Deeply, he cheated. He did, and I think the cheating and it's the embarrassment when you're that much of a public figure.
Can I also pause here? So basically, the thing with Stormzy is I've seen this podcast. So basically, guys, you need to remember, like, we all know I'm a Maya Jama stan, right? So when this all kicked off and happened, I was doing the FBI shit that ye experienced in last week's episode. The research, I was doing everything that I could. Now, no one will truly ever know what's going on.
What went on, yeah.
So we can't say he cheated and we can't say that he didn't cheat. So what I'm just saying is, Stormzy went on loads and loads and loads of podcasts and still professed his love to her. He wrote albums about her. And in one of the interviews he did, he said, I didn't even cheat on her. I didn't kiss. I didn't do anything with anyone. But he said that they had already broken up and he moved mad or something. Maybe he was dancing with a girl or something. And he said that action was disrespectful. So
yes,
if she deems that as cheating, that I will allow, you know, like no matter what it did, I disrespected her and I shouldn't have allowed that to happen. And that is where the difference is, right? He literally was like, I didn't cheat on her. I didn't do anything. I didn't even get with the girl. He said we had broken up. And it was very soon after.
Yeah, she probably had called like, I want to go on a break maybe. And then.
No, they had actually broken up because they had gone on a break and then they had broken up.
Okay.
And then it was just too soon after. It was like 3 days after. He was caught dancing with a girl or something. Typical, you know what I mean? But like, I just love like the way he took it on the brunt and took the shoulders and all that. But anyway, so yeah, they're back together, but...
They're back together. But that is love. Like that is like, ever since they broke up.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they broke up, he went on podcasts for like 6 months being like, I love her, and then was in a new serious relationship or like spotted with women all the time. He was never spotted with women. He was never publicly dating anyone else.
No.
Like he was so committed to getting
so
this woman back.
And like the albums and
like
the
songs.
albums,
Lessons.
Lesson. Oh, I love it. But anyway.
But like that's, I think, because I think the topic is obviously, would you get back with an ex then? And I think if my circumstance was similar to that, like if I was dating someone, we broke up, they disrespect me, whatever, and they were consistent for how many years has it been? It's been like pre-pandemic. Like,
so I was in something similar to this before, right?
Yeah. I'm listening, I'm just googling.
No, you're fine. I think it was 2019. I know it's 2019 because I'm literally so obsessed with them. I've done something similar to this before, and like one of my exes broke up, and they tried to get me back for a few years, and I like didn't or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Actually, this happened twice, but one of them.
You were right. It was 2019.
Like, guys, I'm so deep down this. So, but with both of my last exes, there was like a thing where, like, you know, there was regret and they wanted to get back, and it wasn't just like a period of a few months. It was like years. Like, you know what I mean?
They always come back.
Yeah, but I think one of them I would have gotten back with, but the other one I wouldn't have. Do you know what I mean? And I think I maybe at one point was going to get back with the other one. But just life happens and it gets in the way sometimes, and if it's not meant to be, like, the universe will direct you in another direction. But obviously for Maya and Stormzy, like, they're supposed to be back together because, like, Maya got engaged. We need to bear in mind she had a whole other engagement. Like, she was going to get married to Ben Simmons. Like, do you know what I mean?
So what's the timeline on that then?
So
they broke up.
They broke up. She was single for 2.5 years. Right, 2.5 years, 2019, 2018, 2021. So she started seeing Ben Simmons towards the end of 2021, I think. She was dating him for a few months. And they called it quits in August 2022. Yeah, so it would have been end of 2021 she started getting with started dating Ben Simmons. And again,
they dated for 1.5 years.
He was like really loving as well, like, well, in the way, like, sending her loads of flowers and stuff when she'd drive home. She'd be between New York and thing and like all that. So but yeah, they called it quits then at the end of around August last year.
They were engaged for 8 months before they decided to break off their engagement. He popped the question in December 2021.
Yeah, so, and I think they were only dating a short time before that. I'd like, lads,
and it was kind of like, because Maya's like the exact same age as me. Like, Maya's 99, she just turned 29.
Yeah, I know.
Which is wild, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to be doing so much more.
No, not at all, not at all. You are doing so much as it is.
I know, but like, she is exactly my age.
She's literally the fucking goals of everything, though. It's like, but she deserves it. She's had such a hard life.
She really has. So they're back together.
So happy for them.
Congratulations. I think the internet.
Mom and Dad love you so much. Just honestly.
And I love Story. He's so beautiful.
Yeah, and I really think that this is like, oh my god, do you know what I was thinking when it happened? It's a retrograde at the moment and they've come back together.
Yes.
Love
and
this.
this is that's what I said. This is a positive of Venus retrograde because it makes you Venus retrograde makes you reevaluate how you are in relationships, what you want in a relationship. So if you're single and an ex has came back, it might be either number one to teach you a lesson because you might have like romanticized it, and be like, oh, if we ever get back, everything will be so good. So it might come back to show you like, no, this isn't the person for you, or it could come back around to teach you it is the person for you. And obviously with Maya and Stormzy, that was the thing. But another breakup that happened, we already know this, we've already kind of touched on it, was Anna, Paul and Glen. But she, during the week, launched a skincare line. So now, my hypothesis is...
Was it a PO?
Was because everyone's talking about Anna and Glen. Everyone's talking about Anna. And she dropped the skincare line like last week. Pauly Skin.
Oh my gosh.
So,
maybe...
a lot of people on the internet are like...
But then again, I feel like she's
like,
so...
would you do it for PR?
I don't think so. And
maybe it's just the timing of like the universe making space.
Maybe the universe is making space because I think she's one of the most consistent, honest people online.
True.
So I don't think she would do something like that, but I could see someone like Michaela Noriga or whatever her name. Can't say it.
Yeah, Nagara.
I can see her doing something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, because the lash gate thing.
Yeah.
That mascara is
she's
actually
lost
really
all
good.
of her, is it?
It's actually really good. I tried it. I was like, she didn't need to lie.
She didn't need to lie. And I actually think that, like, you know, I just think her credibility is ruined now. Like, no, I wouldn't believe her.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing with authenticity is you have it, you take years to build it, but it can be ruined in a split second.
If you lie.
If you lie.
Yeah.
If you lie.
What's up next on the...
What's up next on the pop culture of the week? Allegedly, I sent you a TikTok about this. Leonardo DiCaprio.
I got to pause you right there.
I sent you a TikTok.
I sent you a TikTok about this, a TikTok. This bitch, I had no signal over in Spain. Every time I clicked in, 16, 15 TikToks. And she was just like, miss you. I was like, you've sent me 16 fucking TikToks in 24 hours. She was like, just think of it as a FYP. Anyway, I watched it,
It was a really good FYP.
It was really good.
Because it was the best from my FYP.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm like curating your own.
But it's getting to the point now you've sent me all of them, so we have the same algorithm. I've seen this shit.
I know a lot of the ones you send me as well.
It's coming up. Yeah, I saw that. Say it.
So allegedly Leonardo DiCaprio is paying for dates because he went on a date with Arabella the girlie
Charlie
from Love Island.
It's Arabella Charlie.
I don't know, she's absolutely beautiful.
She's
Either way,
so
allegedly he's paying these women to like go on the yachts and stuff with him. Which like, is he a sugar daddy then?
Yeah, he is. That's sugar daddy behaviour.
Because like I think there's a big difference between provider man mindset. Like there's a fine line, but it's a big line.
He's edging 50 like. So yeah.
I can't wait to tell that story.
I can't wait till we tell that story.
I'm telling it like someone asked me on the live. I was live getting ready there. I'm gonna bleep the bits that I need to bleep here. But I was live getting ready there on TikTok, and someone was like, "Oh, would you and Eve ever do live shows?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I was like, "I have a notes app of full unedited stories that I'm telling." But number one, it's going to be so strictly no phones.
Yeah.
Number two, it can't be too cheap so that people who only want to get the tea come. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to be careful with that one.
Yeah.
And number three, I'm going to say to my mom, look, if you want to come, you have to, in one ear and out the other of every single story you hear. But I'm so excited to tell that story.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like unedited, like as in the full...
I would love that.
Like that alone.
I would love if like if and when we do a live show that when you're telling that story, do you remember the podcast episode where I bleeped it out that in the screen in the background you play the bit where I'm like this reacting to it because it's literally like it is. I think that would be the best way to tell that story. Do you know what I mean?
And like full unedited.
And all you'd hear from the fucking background of the crowd would just be like, like it is insane. Like it's so good.
But yeah, I have a list of notes up. But yeah, I think Leonardo DiCaprio is a sugar daddy, allegedly.
Allegedly.
In my opinion. I was watching Tanamojo on Trish.
I'm not being bad if he tried to fucking sue me. What's he going to take me for? Like, just take me on one of your yacht dates anyway. I'll go along happily. I know I'm probably too old for you, but I look the part. Like, I look younger than 26 or whatever he's cut off ages.
I think I don't think he has a cut-off age. Like, I think Arabella is like 28,
so funny because me and the
39.
girls will always send things of him to each other and they're like, oh, too old for him. They're like still in their 20s. Like, I have something I want to talk about actually.
Arabella. Oh, see, there's a song by the Arctic Monkeys called Arabella. So, yeah, she's 32.
Oh.
Leo.
Okay, well, I'm still in your age bracket, Leo. Just call me, baby. But anyway.
She is a model though, so.
Please tell me you've seen the discourse between Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul ahead of this fight.
Yes, I have.
I have so many thoughts on this.
He just had a baby.
Dylan Dennis.
I swear to God, Brooke Schofield's story. I need to pull up Twitter. He just had a baby.
He's like giving me massive Andrew Tate vibes. But like,
I hate that man's. Yeah, look, Dylan Dennis had a baby today. Like it's fully true.
I love the way he tried to get Brooke, and he was like, I'll pay for your flight, and she goes, okay, but once you.
Sorry, I don't know. I
hate people have that on their phone. It's like oh, I'll pay for you to be ringside, baby, and she goes, yeah, I'll go once you know I'm team low gang. And he was like, then he started giving Brooke dogs abuse, but like what he's done to that girl.
But he was giving Brooke dogs, but then in Brooke's DMs he was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like he was doing it all for the clout. Yeah.
What?
So they said it on the cancelled podcast. See, I'm up to date because I've been watching.
I haven't watched it because I've been in a different country, but like so who was the one that Logan Paul's engaged to again? I keep forgetting her name.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, I'm gonna Google it. Nina. Okay, so first of all, like I just think like a woman's past should be her past. You should be digging into it. Men are their own worst enemies. Like they create homophobia. They create misogyny. Yeah, and
no one else does it.
But like, I just think all this fucking shit and like this threatening that he has a photo or something of Logan Paul's fiance, which I think
also is illegal. No,
it's illegal. But I also think that Logan Paul is going to leave her over this. You know, I don't think he's going to marry her.
Really?
I don't think he's going to marry her over this. And
they did get engaged during Venus retrograde.
Yeah, and I think it's sad because I'm like, they obviously really love each other, but it's like, I feel like he won't be able to look past this or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But they had this thing back to Leonardo DiCaprio's, and the link to one of the fights is, he said, my fiance's apartment cost more than your net worth, and he goes, yeah, because Leonardo DiCaprio paid for it because she was one of the girls. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, you're just jealous that my brother, like, okay, I'm going to use a bad word now. Sorry, mom, dad, I know you listen to this. You're just jealous. I'm quoting as well, by the way, folks.
Parentheses.
No,
parentheses is wrong.
Whatever. I'm quoting, putting the air quotes in the air, and he goes, oh, are you just jealous that my brother f***ed your ex-girlfriend? He goes, whatever, at least I got rid of that. We're going to have to bleep all this. At least I got rid of that.
Men are disgusting.
Yes, I know.
And when I say men are disgusting, I'm not saying all men, but that level of man is absolutely disgusting, horrendous, outrageous. Yeah. I never, ever want to deal with a man like that in my entire life.
I just want a good boy that likes reading books and thinks I'm cute.
But that's what, like, that whole sentence, that whole interaction is crazy. Everything that is wrong with men.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that, like... That's so disgusting, misogynistic, absolutely disgusting behaviour.
I know, it's sick, isn't it? Isn't it sick?
It actually makes me feel sick.
I'd be going on it every day and there's more fucking pictures. And every day he's just putting up more pictures of Nina with another man, and I'm just like, will you fuck off, like?
But also it's like they don't think it's wrong, number one, because of misogyny.
No, they don't.
And the patriarchy. But also, they don't care if it's wrong because they're using it for clout.
Yeah.
And they're, like, I think when you're doing things for clout, there is... things you do for clout and things you don't touch for clout.
Yeah, and I think that's one
like thing. Like homophobia, sexism, racism, anything like that.
Look, you don't go hurt another man. Literally, every
but like, and like, it's a picture,
and there's like videos of her kissing. Like, why would he?
Like,
have
sorry, she was in her Rosalie and Row era. Like, sue her.
It's so weird. So weird.
What?
But,
ew.
So that was like, go back to your notes after now. That's disgusting. You may need to bleep actually out.
I'll bleep
the curse words.
Are you trying not to curse online anymore?
I think that sentence was very
complimentary.
Oh,
but that sentence.
Yeah. Cool.
I was like, are you trying not to take off?
It's just so not cool anymore.
Probably folk. Okay. I've said on so many podcasts I don't do the dating app situation, but I do have Hinge.
Yeah, and I've also dragged her onto that place with me. So.
Yeah, and Neof has been like, no, just download Hinge, like set your location somewhere else, like you don't have to set it in your hometown, yada yada yada. So I was with Josh and he was like, let me see Hinge. Let me see what you're working on, yada yada yada.
It's hell.
It's hell, it's horror, whatever.
It's hell out there.
But sometimes I do go into my likes and see who's liked me, just to be like...
They're always the most offensive ones, I think. Because it's always men that are like, if you can't take care of my 3 children and have no male friends, they're always the ones that come up. Like, on the massive red flags. And it's like, one guy said, I remember he liked me before, and he was like, he was obviously, let's just say, I'm just going to use the term he used. He was a local pharmacist, which doesn't mean he was a thing. He was self-employed at pharmacist is what he had done. Which we all know what that means.
That's so creative.
And I know, but I was like, what the hell? The fella was like all in
entrepreneur.
No, but he was all in those bellies, like, yeah. And I was like, What? No, like self-employed at pharmacist. I was like, what the fuck?
So this man was handsome, got my attention. I was like, okay, so I was scrolling through his profile, you know, vetting. See, this is the thing, when you're on dating apps, you're so judgmental. But anyway, scrolling through, and his hinge prompt, which I thought was just insane. Like, there's no, he goes, to the prompt, you should not go out with me if and most people are like, you are rude to waiters, or, you know, something reasonable. You should not go out with me if you have she, her in your bio.
Oh, that is such an ick. I'm sorry, I can't believe you said that, like.
I know.
Ew.
I literally typed, like, bro.
Like, so
I don't even use the word bro. Like.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're, like, what? It's just my pronouns.
I see some fellas are like, you should not go out with me if you don't like mountain climbing, and I'm like, no bother, buddy.
Yeah, I don't
immediately
like
that is one thing you not
if you like mountain climbing, doesn't mean I have to like mountain climbing.
Yeah.
We don't have to like the same things.
Yeah, it's sick.
Like if you have she, her in your.
Oh.
Talking about disrespectful men, I have one more thing on my notes list.
I agree before you even say it.
Hailey Bieber.
Looked gorgeous.
Stunning, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing girlie. Had this massive event for her strawberry lip glaze in Krispy Kreme or something.
Yeah.
In a donut shop in New York.
And Justin Bieber looked like a child who dressed himself.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Pulls up to her road skin event.
Looking ridiculous.
Number one, like trailing behind her, which I don't like. I think the man should walk like a little ahead of you, or, you know, like shouldn't be trailing behind you.
No, I don't agree. I think that the man should be letting you walk ahead but protecting you from the back.
Oh, well, I mean, in that instance, like for an event.
Yeah.
But he was like trailing behind, as in like she had to look back.
He was wearing yellow Crocs. Can we just put that into perspective? Like,
and it wasn't a casual event. Like he just, and it's not like, because I was thinking of this, it's not like he's Central C, where like Central C will go to red carpets in tracksuits. Like,
he's
but
not
number one, Central C always looks hot.
Oh, he's gorgeous. I love him.
I'm so attracted to Central C, it's not okay.
But
anyways, Central C, well, but like Justin Bieber can wear a suit. He looked amazing in that SZA video.
Oh yeah, this is where I think that it was such bad timing, because he looked so in love with SZA, but he didn't at all.
And he's not an actor.
He's not.
He's a singer.
I could watch that video fully because that man. Do you remember? Actually, rewind to a few podcasts ago when we were in the studio talking about our favorite.
Was your man in it?
Yeah.
No
and
way.
I was saying, oh, he's the hottest man in the world.
No way.
Showed him on the phone, and I goes, I love him. I love you, baby. And I kissed the screen,
Yeah.
and I goes,
and he was in the video.
He was in the fucking video.
No, you're joking.
Oh, I can't even talk about it. I actually felt nauseous. I couldn't watch it.
Do you know what?
I was honestly like, I was watching my boyfriend cheat on me. I'm so in love with him. Like, I was like, he's literally cheating on me. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I actually had to unfollow him and everything on Instagram. I was so offended. I'm only joking, but I didn't. But like,
you couldn't watch the video though.
I couldn't watch the video. I felt sick because most of the scenes she was with Woody in it. And I was like, I can't watch this. Like, I found it hard.
Justin isn't in a lot of it, because I watched it to see what everyone was talking about. Well, obviously I love that song anyway.
Yeah.
But I watched, like, the way sometimes music videos, you put them on, like,
yeah.
But I was like actively watching it to see what.
My chest is actually getting heavy now. I've been thinking about Woody and SZA, and I love SZA.
So...
we know I went to see her. I love her, like, but it just broke my heart. I'm so in love with him. Like, I didn't never know who I am.
See, sometimes I think I'm crazy for like falling in love with someone I've only been talking to like a little bit, and I'm imagining like a hypothetical future. Whereas like you don't know this man.
I just think I've never had a crush on a man this much that I have with Woody McLean, and he's literally unattainable. Like, you know, the way people are like, oh my god, Central C so hot and all that. I'm like, no, Woody McLean is like the hottest man.
When I discovered Central C, I can't even explain how many videos I watched of him talking.
He's too feminine in the face now for me. You know that.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
He's not. You know, I see what people see. He is so hot.
I think it's the way he communicates and the way he speaks as well. His aura, his energy. I'm such an energy girl.
For me, but Woody does it for me. But anyway, what's it called?
Justin Bieber.
Something to do with that. Oh yeah, I was like, he was giving journals Justin Bieber. Do you remember that era when he was that like really love songs? No. You're the medicine me. No.
I don't know how I don't know that, because I fully went to see Justin Bieber.
I'll play one of the songs. You'll hear.
But it's just the height of disrespect. It's crazy. Where was I in 2014 that I wasn't listening? Oh, I do.
Yeah, that one.
Like the disrespect. Like he just.
I know. And then, do you know what annoys me about him though? Is he'll pose Taylor afterwards and be like, "My beautiful wife" and all this.
That's
like, you treat her like shit in public, like.
And he knows that's the narrative.
Did you see the thing of?
He's well aware. I did. Was that in Italy?
Nah.
What the fuck is going on with Italy? First of all,
I know. Oh my god. I know. But anyway, so basically there was this photo Kanye West doing a sexual act with his new wife.
She was giving him a blowjob, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was disgusting. Like, and you could see he's like ass. from the back. It was on a gondola. Like, you're telling me you're one of the richest men
Was
in the
there a
world.
little gondola man there?
Well, there must have been if there was fucking paparazzi able to get a shot of him and her doing
No,
it,
but like, as in, someone was obviously driving the gondola.
Oh no, I think they were just sitting down in one. So weird.
In like broad daylight.
I just think when you're that famous, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
You'll have to bleep all that out though.
Yeah.
But it's sick, yeah, it's crazy. So when I seen his bum cheek, I was like, that's so fucking weird, man. Put your ass cheeks away, nobody wants to see him, like, you freak. And I'm not saying that like being mean to Kanye, but I'm like, you're one of the richest men in the world. You like give Kim Kardashian so much shit, but your kids are gonna see this now. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it's Kanye?
It is Kanye.
No, but do you think it's Kanye?
What do you mean? Do you think there's a clone of Kanye?
Oh yeah.
I'm big on that theory as well, you know.
Yeah, I don't think it's Kanye.
That's crazy.
I really don't think it's Kanye. Because like Kim was like on an episode just being like, I'll never have him back. I'll never. Like,
yeah, true.
I don't.
But
think it's
also,
Kanye.
I feel like sometimes when people go through like mental health issues, sometimes like they do permanently change. It is
I know that, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's their theory. I know. I actually have a feeling it's clone as well. It's hard to know. He was always a bit unhinged though.
It's so sad.
Not unhinged in the way I'm saying about his mental health. I just think it wouldn't surprise me when you think about what he did to Taylor Swift as well.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's a good person. I think he's a creative genius.
Yeah.
But I think what comes with that level of creativity and genius is.
They always say that it's a fine line between creativity or was it
like everyone said Einstein was mad.
Yeah, genius and madness.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Everyone said Einstein was mad, and I do think that, you know, because it to be that creative, it calls you to be extremely introspective and to question things and your thoughts and other people and whatever. So I just remembered when I was on live, there was a girl who asked us a question to talk about on the pod.
I have it here. I have
Okay,
3
great.
questions. That's why I was looking at my phone. Sorry, guys. Okay, so 3 questions. We're going to start with the 2 that we're going to do.
3 questions. I don't know these. I'm excited. I love when I don't know them.
Okay, what is your dream house?
Do you know what? I saved a picture
I
yesterday.
have so much stuff saved in mine.
I go through phases, but this was the vibe I saved yesterday.
Well, like that's literally all of my
Yeah.
Instagram thing is.
So my dream house, okay, a view of a body of water, ideally the ocean. I know exactly what my bathroom is going to look like. It's going to be a massive, massive bathroom. And when I'm showering,
house things. It's crazy. Like I literally have so much house things saved and lighting and everything saved. So funny.
but we're manifesting.
Yeah.
When I shower, I want to be able to see either a sunrise or a sunset.
Okay.
So I want to be in the shower,
what
looking
are they?
at the ocean.
I think sunrise for if you're looking at the ocean, you'll see both.
No.
In the shower. It starts on one side and goes over to the other. So if you're looking out, if it's going over,
Not
your
every.
oh yeah, I suppose.
Not every body of water has a
It depends what angle the house is
Yeah,
at,
that's what I mean. Because we're spoiled because all the beaches in Kerry have a sunset.
Yeah,
because of
true.
the location.
Oh yeah, true.
So then when I started traveling, I was like, what the fuck? Not every beach has a sunset.
Yeah.
Like how spoiled.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that I know I want it like big, bright, like not bright color wise, but bright. Like sometimes I'm like, I love the like dark, moody,
accents,
sexy
yeah.
vibes. I think each room might have a different vibe.
Yeah.
Really big open plan. And I want my house to be very much so like anyone can come at any time, like open door policy.
Yeah.
I don't like, but open door policy if I like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like because it's energy. People are bringing their energy into your house.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'm very big on energy.
So
I do think, you know, but I've had that. I have a vision in my head of like exactly what I want.
Yeah, so mine was different until recently, but mine is like, so if you picture something out of, what's that thing? Is it Snow White and she opens the door and there's loads of like wild animals in the back of her garden?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm picturing for me, right? Open kitchen, but like nearly farmhouse kind of a kitchen where everything's
modern
like
farmhouse.
modern farmhouse where it's like kind of wooden island.
Do you
but
see
like,
Alex Cooper's house?
No, I must have looked at that another time. But anyway, back to my house, my dream house.
No, because that's what that's giving.
Open the windows of the kitchen and they're nearly like doors. They're so big coming off the sink that like you could hop out it and you're going into this garden. And I'd love like a long garden, but like with preferably pool if I make enough money. But if not, when I make enough money. And then I want loads of different types of tree and different types of bushes and stuff to attract different types of wildlife. So like at home we've got this mint bush that we know attracts butterflies and honeybees because when the mint,
so cute.
Yeah, when the mint bush flowers, it brings them all. So I want all that kind of things. Now my hay fever isn't going to be very happy with it.
No, I was just about to say, how are we going to manage that one?
But I'd also like for it to be like close to the sea. But if I can't have the other one, then I want like a farmy kind of cozy in close proximity to the sea. And then I want a reading room with like a library room for all my books and stuff, definitely. Separate to my working office.
Oh yeah, no, like
because it has
a
to be separate.
cozy library.
Yeah, that I can like nearly
blankets, like love sacks.
love sack, nearly like one of the couches is so big that you could fall asleep reading your book, having a nap on it, like candles, cozy lighting.
Yeah, like this extended, but like 3 times.
Exactly. And then I want all the rooms to be different and have their own things as well. And I want my house either full with kids or full with animals as well.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's my idea.
You have a very clear vision.
Yeah, I do. I know what I want. I just need to work on
This is Alex Cooper's.
Oh yeah, no, that's not what I want mine to look like at all. I want mine to be very more farmhousey than that. But that is stunning. But I want more greenery.
Yeah, I get you.
Stunning house though.
Insane, beautiful, gorgeous.
The other one is who do you miss the most?
Like who do I miss that's like physically here?
Or you can do either.
Well, I think actually at the moment I kind of miss my dog.
Oh,
isn't that sad?
That is no, that's fair though. When Poppy died, I still miss her. Like, do you know?
Yeah.
We like when doggies go, people don't realize how much it affects us.
No, I'm not okay.
Oh, you're gonna cry.
No, we're not gonna cry.
It's so fair. I literally the grief when it comes to dog is so hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the tears.
Oh, I don't know where that came from. No, it's okay.
Oh my god, your tears are so big when you cry as well.
You have a lot of tears.
I'm gonna start crying now. You cry. I'm going right now because I'm trying to find
your
the
tears
crying.
are so big.
They are.
I've never had someone tell me that before. That's hilarious. So yeah, I miss the dog because my dog passed away.
Yeah.
In August.
Very sad.
Start of August, I think.
Start of August. She like sent me a snap.
Oh, it was so sad. It was actually
so sad.
What was it? It was like when your dog dies at 6, but you have a family dinner at 9.
No, it was like when your family dinner at 7 and you were like in town bawling your eyes out.
I was, because literally the way
so sad.
she just got very sick. Like she wasn't, she was perfect.
And then she just got
very sick and passed away like all within a week, which is nice in a way,
yeah,
but also devastating. And my parents told us, like we had her for like 13 years, and my parents told us, but like we were going, because my brother was home from Australia, so we were going to meet my granddad. So my parents told us literally, I'd say at 5 or 6, like down here, and then I had to go upstairs and do a full face makeup. And then they were rushing me, and I was like, excuse me, I don't know, did you not hear the information that you told me?
Yeah.
But like,
oh, it's hard.
She was so cute, like.
So
I think that's at the moment, at this very moment in time.
Oh my god, that's so sad. I have a long list of people I miss at the moment, to be honest. I can't even get into that because I'll start crying if I get
that's
into
okay.
it.
We can skip to the next question.
Yeah, do you know what? I think anyone that let's just skip that question because I can't.
Yeah. Also, I think I have object permanence, like with people. Like, I think, like, if
you're gonna live forever.
No, as in, I think that's why I do really well in long distance relationships. Because if someone's not here, I kind of not forget about them a little bit, but if they're not in my day-to-day life.
Yeah. It's hard. Otherwise, I text a lot of people who are. What are you looking at?
So do I. There's a really pretty butterfly outside that just landed.
Oh, that's Lexi now because you were crying about her.
Oh my god!
I swear to God, that's so cute.
Look, the orange one. It's on like the blue line.
Yeah, that's her. That's so cute.
She's so cute. She's visiting us.
She's just saying, "Don't cry."
I was wondering why I'm on your screen, but now I remember why. I was like, why?
We got a lovely question from Shauna Masterson. Thanks.
Yeah, I was live on TikTok and I asked.
And we answer this a lot of times, but I feel like every time we give a different answer because we find a new red flag.
There's so many.
There's so many to know.
So many red flags.
How to know if a man is a red flag?
So when you think of the question, if a man as a whole is a red flag, not like red flags in men.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things, but I also think there's a lot to be said for women's intuition. You know, if you have to ask yourself, you know when he's a green flag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm talking to someone at the moment and I'm like, green flag, green flag, green flag, green flag.
Yeah, you know, you're
like I've no gut red flag feelings.
I agree, and I like to extend on that because mine was going to be something similar, but the polar opposite. I think if you have to like try find green flags in him, or make excuses for his behavior, if you're consistently
like me with the guy during the summer.
Yeah, exactly. If you're making excuses for his behavior that he doesn't deserve, like, or you're making excuses or something because you want to see the best in them when what they're showing you is who they are.
Yeah.
And I try to tell people this all the time. Like, if somebody is showing you who they are, that's who they fundamentally are to their core. Like, they can go try and, you know, like I don't know, I just feel like sometimes we give people too much of the benefit of the doubt. Too much of the benefit of the doubt because as humans, like when we love or we really, really like somebody, we truly, truly, truly want to see the best in people. And we don't want to be caught up in this thing where we're being so harsh and saying, oh, they're not this or they're not that or whatever. Yeah. But they have shown you who they are. So I think if, again, your women's intuition is saying, something's not right here, but you're making excuses for it, then that gut
then you untrust it.
Yeah, you untrust your gut, and disconnecting yourself from your own intuition is where a lot of mistakes start happening, because you're going against your higher sense of self.
Because your higher self always knows. Because like with that situation in the summer, I feel like I was being empathetic, but then when it happened the second time, I was just like,
no. Yeah,
like,
because even I had to ask you, I was like, what's going on? Whereas the first time you kept telling me, but then the second time you were just like, no, I'm not even going there anymore. Like,
because that was like, I got in with my gut feeling, because at the start I was like, oh, maybe like, you know, it's, I do like giving people the benefit of the doubt, and I think, you know, in 2023 when you're talking to people and you're talking to men, I
agree.
You know, sometimes it's like, is it a toxic cycle that you're saying? There's so much complexity with people's attachment styles and things like that when you have met someone.
Yeah.
But then I think if something keeps happening, or it's not making you feel good, or I saw this yesterday, if confused is not an emotion that someone wants to invoke in you. 100%. So if someone is constantly invoking confusion where you don't know where you stand, you don't know if and when you're going to see them, you don't know if and when they're going to contact you, you don't know if and when.
That level of confusion can't be that intense. It can't be really, really, really good or really, really bad, and it can't be just okay, like, the whole time. Cold. Like, it needs to be somewhere. Say this is the median line. If it's bad, it should be about here, and if it's good, it should be about here. It should never be this good and this bad.
Yeah, like hiding.
That is not normal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what gets people going.
Hooked. But that is what I'm saying. That's that dopamine
dangerous.
hit. That's that addiction that people get in when they're in a toxic cycle and they don't realise.
And I think your brain also releases dopamine. So because I hadn't talked to anyone in so long, my brain was releasing so many fucking chemicals. Firing. Yeah. So that was a big part of my.
I agree.
There was too many chemicals.
The hormones were hormoning.
The hormones were hormoning. But I think, in general, like, how to know if a man is a red flag. Like, sometimes you don't know and you'll just have to fuck around and find out.
Just fuck around.
And do you know the thing where it's like, men are only nice, why are men only nice for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
But then it's like, if you're like, oh, he was so nice to me for the first 3 weeks and now he's not.
Yeah.
He's testing you. Men are like babies.
Yeah.
They test.
Yeah.
Like, when a child and a toddler, like, they're testing their parents to see what they can get away with. People, not even men, like men and women, subconsciously do that.
Yeah.
They want to see what they'll get away with, what they'll get called out on, if they can walk all over you.
Yeah.
Like, the people do that. It's not just men, like, women do that too. Like, if you know you were talking to a few different guys, and you know if you left a guy on red for 2 days, he'd like call you out in it in like a hot, sexy way, not in like a creepy, like, why aren't you talking to me way.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that because that's a boundary he set. He doesn't like that behaviour when you do that. So then you'd know, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Whereas you could have another man who you could leave on red for a week and then you text him and he'd reply straight away. And then
you know that boundary, that
he's always there.
Setting is so important. And I feel like when people don't mark a line with their boundaries, sometimes it gets into, it'll never ever end well when people just don't make clear lines with their boundaries, I think. And it's so sad because I feel like I was in that position before and I didn't make a line with my boundary, and that's why I'm so strict on boundary setting. And I, even to my friends, I'm like, if you do this, like, you know, this is going to happen and they're going to keep doing this because you've pushed that boundary to the side now. Do you know what I mean? And you've let them do this now, so they'll do it again and they'll do it again. But I remember one of my relationships, I let him speak to me a certain way, or I let him do something or whatever, and it's like, that made the next time made a fight more intense. Or, you know, he knew that he could go missing for a day and not text me for so long, and I'd forgive him because I did it once. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Whereas now my friends literally tell me I'm so harsh, but it's like, no, I'm sorry, I just refuse, like, literally at 27 years old to be dealing with like this kind of stupid non-boundary setting thing. If people can't respect my boundaries, like, politely just fuck off, like, because I'm not asking for a lot. I'm literally this most easiest person to please. I'm so simple, I'm so easy to get along with, and people are like, oh yeah, but that's not like you, but that's your boundary. If you want to move yours, that's fine. Like, just because I'm not willing to settle at 27 for like behaviour that I don't deem as like good enough for like something I want to have in my life forever. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's fair enough for me. Like, you're different to me. If you want to do that, do. Like, it's just not, you know. And also, it's going to come up, like, if you ignore red flags at the start, they're not going to turn green. No, they'll never.
Do you know what I mean?
They'll stay beige, girl. They'll stay those like, pinky reds.
Like, of course, 1 out of a million men could be in therapy and actively be working, but also, like, that's not gonna happen,
like,
babes.
No, I think, like, you know, and I do think it's important that loads of men go to therapy and stuff, because I don't think a lot of them do. And I think, like, looking back on my relationships, like, you know, a lot of my things, I think, like, if he'd just been in therapy, it probably would have worked out a bit better and stuff. And like, if they're showing that they're willing to work on it, good, like, do you know what I mean? But I just feel like sometimes, like, and this is so sad, and I say this all the time, sometimes I just don't think love is enough. And I feel like, you know, it's all this thing that we strive for, and you can love somebody so well, but back to the thing of, like, if they're not loving you the way that you want to be loved, or the way, do you know, whatever, like I don't know. And like, I always say this about one of my exes, like, I don't doubt for a second he loved me with his whole entire heart, but he just couldn't love me the way I wanted to be loved, and his behaviour just was not up to scratch, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like you can look past that, and people do look past that,
Yeah.
but ultimately you're going to be unhappy.
Yeah, and
because if something is a red flag for you, whether it's someone saying about the she-her thing, like whether it's a man being slightly misogynistic.
And everyone's are different, like, so I'm like, you know, when I was going on that rant there being like, oh, if people want, you know, if you want to move your boundaries, you can do that, but I'm not going to do that. Like, that's just because I feel like a lot of the times, like, I get it in the ear so much off of like friends and family that like I'm so harsh and I'll just walk away from shit and I won't give it a go. But it's like,
I don't think you are though. I don't think.
Yeah, I just think like I just can't, like, I respect when it's like, you know, I can completely understand people are different, they want to do their own thing, but for me I just feel like I get it all, you know, in the ear all the time, and I feel like the jokes I get all the time about being the only single friend at this point, it's like, I genuinely choose this, like, do you know what I mean?
Like, but this is the thing, if either of us wanted a relationship, we could be in a relationship next week.
Like, literally, or by fucking tomorrow, like
I could get on my Zoom.
Yeah, and get it sorted, but it's
and find someone.
Yeah, and
it's so easy to get into a relationship. It's harder. It's so easy to get into a relationship.
So what I think friends in relationships don't realise when they're saying to you as well is like, you know, when they're doing this whole oh, I wish, like, you know, when you get someone now we can double date and do something like that. It's like, you do not need to. I know, like, they're probably, that's coming from a good place. It's like, I've had to actually invoke that I'm going to be the drunk rich single aunt so much, to the point that all my friends keep saying I'm going to be one, and my family, because there's always that tiptoe around my family of, oh, don't worry, Niamh, you'll find it someday. Like, I'm not capable of finding love, I'm more than capable of finding it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, if you saw the amount of people I have in my DMs on the daily, I could have a boyfriend by tomorrow. Like, it's like, I just always get these like sly comments, I feel like, from people in relationships that like just gives me these like, and they don't realise that they come across ignorant, like, do you know what I mean?
See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people have these subconscious beliefs that at a certain age in life you have to be at a certain stage.
Yeah.
And they are so locked into their worldview. Like, because that's the thing, like, I remember one of my friends said before, like, if you're surrounded by all single people who are all your own age, there's fine. No issues. There's no one cares. No. Yeah. But if you're surrounded by people who are all in relationships, they find like they invoke this feeling in you, or can, whether it's subconscious or not. They can invoke this.
I just don't even think like they realize they're doing
that's what I mean. It's so subconscious that they can be like, and it's genuinely, it's so easy to get it. Like, it's so easy to get into a relationship. Yeah. But not a good one, and not one that you're like, I have standards. We have standards.
My hair shedding so much now. These are come out.
No problem. My hair sheds too, it's just black.
I agree.
But that's the thing, it's like anyone can get into a relationship if they want to get into a relationship. Anyone can stay in a shitty relationship for fear of being single. But I literally said this to a man alone, he was like, are you talking to a lot of people? I was like, no. I was like, why? I was like, I'm talking to a few people, but I was like, I would rather talk to myself than talk to someone for the sake of talking to them, or that I'm not interested.
Yeah, and I honestly, like, I think I genuinely would rather die alone than initially be in something where I constantly, I don't know, like, just have to...
Because it makes you question your self-worth.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been in it before. Like, why do I feel like I'm getting emotional talking about this?
I don't know, what
I just feel like, it's just like, I feel like I always get like these animal weekends so sad.
No, I think it's okay. I don't want to hug you, because hugging doesn't help.
I just feel like, you know, like, I've been in those relationships before, and it's like, I've literally like questioned my self-worth and like who I am and stuff, and like all this shit, and it's like, for people to just come along and like pretend that like being in a relationship is like the happiest thing you can go for. It's not, like, you know what I mean? And like, I've seen so many relationships that like they look like I don't know, like, it's just like, even from what I hear like of other people, it's like I see these things and everything's so happy online, but that's not the reality of it. And it's like, why as women, like, are we pressured to like aspire to have that? Like, do you know what I mean? It's just sad, like, because I feel like when I've been in a relationship before, like, I lost everything about myself. Like, I remember saying to one of my exes, like, I don't even know who I am anymore because I've been with you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I let every boundary move for you, like, and I think that's why with a lot of my friends, like, I'm so strict with them, like, don't change yourself, don't move that boundary, like, you're going to lose yourself in the process, like. And I remember just being like, I literally don't know who I am, like, anymore with you, because you've made me change so much about myself. I put up with so much more than I ever would have put up with had I not been with you. Do you know what I mean? And like, he literally, and I think that's why I'm so strong in it. And like, God, and my friends are so patient with me, because like, you know the way your friends always want the best for you, and they're always like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Like, I'm literally always like to my friends, I'm so heavy on the don't move your boundaries, but it's because I've moved them and I've seen the repercussions of it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it took me literally like, what, 4 or 5 years to build myself back up into this, and like, why would I want to rush back into a relationship when I see what they're like these days? Do you know what I mean?
And I think as well, it's like the thing is that when you're in a relationship, once you love someone, you're fucked.
You're fucked because like literally, it's
you're
like
fucked.
Your boundaries will move then, and it's like
you'll tell yourself why it's
okay because you love them and you don't want to lose them, and it's like,
and they're a good person and you know them and you love them to your core.
Yeah.
But you're not actually happy.
You're not, like, you're literally not happy at all, and it's like you constantly feel sick, and it's like, you know, when you're gut of your gut that it's not right and you need to leave them, but it's like you're just going to stick with them anyway. Do you know what I mean?
I've stayed in every single relationship longer than I needed to.
Same.
For fear of like losing the person.
Literally, and then what ended up happening is they lost me in the middle of it, because you grieve it while you're with them.
And then they subconsciously walk all over you, so then you end up being, well, in one of my situations, I ended up giving them so much grace and so much like, no, they're going through it, they're this, that, and that. So then, like, if I just walked away when I knew, they would have had such a harder breakup, whereas I gave them such an easy
route.
I gave them such an easy route. Because I respected them more than myself. Essentially in that.
Like the things I've done, like I've literally put up with like him like going out, his phone going off for like 2 nights, like full well knowing he's 100% cheated on me. Like I put up with giving him my card and giving him my pin so he'll pay for my dinner, like for our dinner that I pay for, but make it look like he's paid for it. I've literally had him shout the head off me in like a public setting, and like literally been told like, oh, you're not like staying in mine tonight, find somewhere else to stay after. I've literally gone to a completely different place, and I've had to like go find friends and like to end up like try to organise something to stay with them. It's like I've done all these things, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, what the fuck, like, do you know what I mean? It's like there's no love that's worth that. Do you know what I mean?
No. And I think it's so easy, if you're in a good relationship, it's so easy to be like, oh, there's a good you just have to find someone.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I will.
They're like, you'll find someone.
Yeah, I will find someone when
and it's like,
and if I don't find someone, that's fine, but I'm not going to actively
this kind of love.
go on Hinge and talk to 20 people a day in the hopes
until I find
that one of them will be, or like that's just such desperate energy. Like, I'm not desperate. I would rather walk on glass.
Yeah.
Barefoot.
Yeah.
Across a fire.
100%.
With fucking 100 kg on my back in a squat bar.
Yeah, maybe not 100 kg.
50 kg on my back in a squat bar. Glass on a fire. Then get into something for the sake.
Yeah, I agree. Just
of being like, oh, I want to date someone, I want to.
And
this.
you know what's so funny? Because
like I would rather do all of that.
One of my friends, like last year, she really wanted a boyfriend, and she got into a relationship, and well, by now, but she like was really looking for one, and she was like, you know what, when you get into one, nothing really changes. Like, and I was just like, I know, like life goes on with or without you being in a relationship, like, but I just feel like, I think lately, because I am like at 27, like I'm constantly getting those fucking ignorant side comments from like some of my friends and some of my family members.
Oh, it started with me too, because I'm 29.
Just like, they don't mean it in a bad way, but it's like, you'll find someone. Like, okay, do you know how passive aggressive that is? Do you know what I mean?
It's so passive aggressive and it's so disrespectful. It's like, I could find someone right. Do you want my phone?
My mom's so funny.
Like, do you want my phone? Here, there's loads of them.
My mom's always like, yeah, well, Eve, like, you don't really need a man anyway. If you wanted to have a baby, you could just get sperm donor. Like, do you know, she's not like, oh, you find someone. She's not. She's just like, well, there's more to life. Like, you don't have to. And like, that makes me feel better. Like, do you know what I mean? And you'll find someone. Because that's pressure. It's like, I don't need that fucking stress on top.
Or they're like asking about your ex. It's like, girl, like,
yeah.
If I don't have to go back to my ex. If I wanted him, I could have it.
I could have had him. Like, yeah. It's like, I just feel like at this age as well, there's so much pressure on you. And even I can imagine for ones that have been with their boyfriends now for a few years.
Oh, and asking about a ring, asking about a baby. Like, if you.
I just find I think that's a lot
like,
of pressure
now
for everyone.
Pressuring. Women. If someone is together. Whatever.
Stop pressurizing them to get
Stop pressuring them. Oh, when's the ring? Oh, you'll be next. Oh, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? Blah, blah, blah. When are you doing this? And then when they get engaged, when's the wedding? Fuck off.
Like, let me breathe.
Like, do men get those questions all the time? Absolutely not.
No.
Like, if any straight man is listening to this right now, I can almost 99.9% guarantee they have not felt pressurized to have a certain relationship by a certain age.
Yeah, definitely not.
And if they have, it's like, a goal that they've put on themselves, being like, I want to be married by 30.
Yeah.
Like,
I
and it's
wanna
like a
have
fun.
house. Yeah.
Whereas it's not like, if I'm not married by 30, like, there's no one left.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, there's no one left.
Like, you're like left on the shelf. Whereas like, I think with women, they really try, and I think that's something to do with our like the fact that like we have like a
What is the patriarchy number one?
patriarchy, and it's also the fact we have a biological clock as well, I think.
Yeah, I think when children do come into the mix, but also like, I think the more you think about your biological clock, I think the faster you make it tick. Like, and divine timing. Like, everything's happening for you when it's meant to happen.
Yeah.
You meet the people you meet when you're supposed to meet them.
Yeah.
Invisible string theory.
Can you imagine like if I do find someone like, well, if I do find the love of my life and he watches back to this video of me crying, getting stressed out by being like sorry, and also that cry is the perfect example of I cry when I'm really, really stressed out.
And angry.
And angry at something like that. That's actual anger in me that bubbles
Angry
up. Like,
tears.
I'm a Cancer moon, so I cry when I'm angry as well. But it's like all that pressure and stress of being like, oh, like, you know, you have to do this, and it's like, it's actually just fucking suffocating, like.
It's so awful because it's like, no, I don't.
Yeah, it's like, leave me breathe. And then
No,
he'll
I
be like, haha, remember that time you cried because you got so frustrated? I'll be like, yeah, babe, we have each other now.
But it's like, I love. I have no, like, it's not that I'm like, I don't want love. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man. No, if I fall in love with someone, I'm the biggest lover girl.
Same.
I
people
love
think I'm
the
cold,
feeling of
but
love.
when I'm in love, I'm a mushy gushy, like little, like I love them so much. Guys,
Okay,
anyway,
we'll
we
get to
wrap
that.
this up.
So on that